Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your spirit guide message reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out this channel, it really helps it grow, and it makes me unbelievably happy, so thank you so much. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Spirit guide message for Libra, Libra. Spirit guide message for Libra, Libra. Spirit guide message for Libra, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Now, the left-hand side is your inner self, the middle, your heart, your emotional self, the right-hand side, the public arena, the public self, with the cards right here being your rooted energy, your rooted self. So let's see what they have to say. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you're born on the cusp with Virgo, this part of your personality is going to be coming out very strongly. If you have Earth sign energy in your chart, that part of your personality, again, is going to be coming out very strongly. Then we have the Devil and the Hierophant, both Earth sign energies, interestingly enough, Capricorn and Taurus. So there's a sense of stuck to traditions. No, that's not right. It's chained and needing to move forward in the traditions that are right for you and in the way that speaks to your heart and your soul and yourself. The energy that crowns you is the Two of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So the Two of Cups is unity and connection and healing. The Eight of Swords, I mean, people live their whole lives in the Eight of Swords, which is doubt and fear and being too much in your own head and feeling as if you make the wrong step or if you step a certain way, you're just going to fall and fail and everything's going to fall apart. But that's because we're blindfolded. We're not truly seeing. And our public arena is the Tower and the Six of Cups. So intense. This is an intense message from Spirit. This is going to be an intense time for us. So let's look at our chakra energy. Spirit guide message for Libra, Libra. Spirit guide message for Libra, Libra. Spirit guide message for Libra, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. I love how it just jumped right out. Communication, the third chakra. Being able to communicate, even if it seems silly, even if we're talking about our emotions, our feelings that we think, oh, well, that's just absurd. It's like, no, I need to be able to express what I need, what I want, what I desire, what I long for, what I love. And that sort of communication is going to be so important to us and to the way that we grow and become during this time. And it's also understanding that we're communicating on faceted different levels during this time. So whenever you come across this reading is the right time for you. And so here, what people are saying, it's not just what people are saying, it's what we're hearing. We're looking at their body language. We're looking at also kind of like their aura and their spiritual emotions. And we're taking all that in. And so we can think, oh my gosh, this conversation went horribly, when it didn't. But because we were taking in so much more than what was simply being said, that's something that we need to be mindful of, that we can really take things personally that weren't meant for us and that weren't supposed to be kind of channeled our way. So do be mindful of that. What is the energy that Libra needs to be mindful of? What's the energy that Libra needs to be mindful of? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. The star. So this is Aquarius energy. This is another air sign energy. So air sign energy calls to air sign energy, and we can feel very comfortable in the Aquarius energy. But what we need to be mindful of is being the dreamer. What we need to be mindful of is letting the dream take over the reality, which sometimes is a really good thing. Sometimes we just need to delve into our dreams, into what our soul wishes for and what we long for, and really let it express itself. But this is a time where we can kind of move towards the dream more than we can stand in the reality of where we are. And we have to make sure that what we've imagined in our heads isn't more than is possible to achieve in a certain amount of time. So do be mindful of that. We can really build something up in our minds in such a powerful way that when things start to happen, when things start to move forward beautifully and strongly, we can think, oh my gosh, it's just not right, because the expectation is so high. So do be mindful of that. And know that Spirit is giving us what we need, not what we want. And we're really focusing on what we want. And this is a time where we kind of need to let that go. We need to step out of ourselves in a very powerful way. The Queen of Pentacles, earth sign energy again, but it's also the planting of seeds and desires and hopes and dreams and wishes. And this is a time where, Spirit is saying, don't live too much in your dreams, but it's also saying to nourish what's intrinsically important to you, to nourish what it is that you desire, what it is that you long for, what it is that you're working towards. This is also a time where people see you as prosperous. People are going to see you as a person who is a hard worker, a person who is a go-getter, a person who is having rewards come in. What they might not be seeing so readily is the hard work and the discipline that you put in to being able to move forward the way that you need to, the way that you want to, the way to really be able to express what is greatly desired. The Eight of Pentacles is the 10,000 hours, to reach perfection, to reach this master, quality of something, like being a master craftsman, sort of thing. So here, there is the sense of, I'm becoming an expert. I am carving, I am creating, I am developing, I am seeing, and I'm nurturing the skill within me, but I'm also nurturing what is needed to get me to the next level, to open up the door, to push things forward, to be excited about the future, to see things in a new and powerful way. And it leads us to the Devil and the Hierophant, which are very, very different cards. It's Capricorn energy, which is time frame of December 22nd to January 19th, and Taurus energy, which is April 20th to May 20th. We start off with the Devil, which is very much like the Lovers, but it's when things get taken too far. Now, this can be the expectations of society, this can be the expectations of ourselves, this can be that we're not willing to give up on something that we've needed to walk away from a long time ago. And the Devil holds. Now, this isn't a philosophical conversation of whether we believe in the devil or not. This is a depiction. And so here we have the woman and the man chained. But the chains are loose. They can be taken off. And we can walk away. But these are our addictions. These are the darker side of our human nature. Now, whether we're addicted to self-doubt, to fear, to putting ourselves down, or we're addicted to drugs, alcohol, sex, food, shopping, whatever it is that gives us this high, we need to be mindful of it. We need to be mindful of moving to excess, even if it's sugar, And there's just this sense here of needing to step back from excess and saying no. But also looking at what the world wants and saying, well, what is it that I want? What is it that I need? What is it that I long for, hope for, wish for within myself, within my soul? And then the Hierophant is traditions. It's being true to our traditions, to ourselves, to this power, this connection, this hope, and this dream. The Hierophant is also saying, what is it that we need to be true to that is intrinsically part of who we are? And not to lose that to what we think we're supposed to be, to feeling angry and overwhelmed and thinking, you know what, just kind of screw it. I'm just going to be like everybody else. No, now's the time to stand tall and to stand different, to be who it is that I am and where it is that I want to go. And to see that openly and honestly for us, not for anybody else, but for us. And that starts to bring us power. That starts to bring us greater understanding. And Spirit is saying to look at the bonds. Now, it's of self-doubt. It can be of the dream that's always on the shelf, that if we step into it, we step into this dream, but we don't take it off the shelf, because taking it off the shelf and putting it into reality, it gets everybody's sticky little fingerprints all over it, and it loses its beauty. How do we move forward? And where do we want to move forward to? But how do we stay true to ourselves and not following the curse of waiting till it's perfect, waiting till the exact right time? It'll never be exactly perfect, exactly right. We have to say, this is close enough, this is good enough. And saying it's good enough, I always thought that was quitting, It's just like, just work harder, just push through it a bit more. It's not quitting. It's saying it's enough. When a jug is full, when a cup is full, it's enough. If you fill it up anymore, it just overflows. So it's beginning to see where things overflow. When things get to be too much, when the worry and the doubt and the fear overpowers the healing and the unity and the compassion. So the Two of Cups comes in. And the Two of Cups is unity, it's healing, it's beauty, and it's power. It's a blessing. And it's also the masculine and feminine aspects of ourselves falling into harmony, being able to say, this is my soul, this is who I am, this is what I love and what I want from my life. I move forward in this unity, but another part of us is going to be afraid. We have this devil on our shoulder, and we have the Hierophant, so we have the devil and we have the Pope right here. So, you have these contrasting powers. You have the one that symbolizes God, and you have the one that symbolizes damnation, if you want to move it like that. So we're going to have these contrasting ways of looking at things during this time, which can be very, very overwhelming. It's like, am I moving forward in the unity that I want? Am I moving forward in the healing that my soul desires? Am I moving forward in the place that I need to be? The Eight of Swords comes in and says, I'm trapped, I'm overwhelmed, I'm looking inward. And I think if I just turn inward enough, if I just look at me enough, or just look inward enough, I'll be able to find all the answers. Sometimes we can get too much in our own heads. And it can be like a hamster wheel. We start playing things over and over and over again, and they become more painful because we're only living within our minds and within the realm of memory. And so the hurts that were small because they were traumatic start to become bigger and bigger and bigger. And we think, how can I move forward from this? Well, we start to connect with the unity again. We start to connect with the masculine and feminine aspects of ourselves, with the healing that we need in our lives. We can do tapping on the pain that holds us back. We can do EMDR on the pain and be able to really see where it is that we need to be. We can talk to somebody, we can meditate, we can do all of these things, gardening, going for walks, and be able to break that cage. People live their whole lives in the Eight of Swords. It's just a thing where we think we're trapped, we think we're overwhelmed. And we might be trapped and we might be overwhelmed, but because we're in our own heads so much, we can't see the way out. And now's the time to start to see the way out, to start to see the beauty, to start to see the blessing, to start to see the power that is within us, the healing. It's saying, it's having somebody stand us right here and say, okay, you know what? If you move a little bit forward, you're going to go into the water. You're on the edge of a cliff. You're going to go into this deep water. You're going to drown. If you move back, you're going to be sliced to smithereens. There's no way out. Well, there is a way out. Because if we move back, yes, the swords are there, but they're not going to cut us. We're going to move into them. They're blunt-sided towards us. If we move forward, yes, there's water, but it's not a deep ocean. It's a stream. And so if we take off the blindfolds, if we say, okay, I need to see, I need to connect, I need to understand, I need to free myself and feel, because our arms are also bound, then all of a sudden we start to be able to say, This is not where I'm not trapped. This is not where I need to be trapped. This is not a panic situation because I can see things clearly. Because I'm not so in my own head that the world has become so much more than it ever needed to be. And then it moves us to the Tower. And the Tower is a scary card, right? Because we have the people flung from their palace. But here's the thing. We are always flung from our little places of safety, even if those places that we call safety aren't really safe, even if it's just a delusion, an illusion. So when the Tower comes in, that's divinity saying, I'm pushing you out of your comfort zone. I'm testing you. I'm testing you beyond the realms of reason. I'm testing you in such a way that it is overwhelming, it is scary, it is painful, it is traumatic. But when you are tested, and when you come out on the other end, you're stronger, you're wiser, and you can move forward in the way that your soul needs to move forward. You'll be in the place that you're destined to be. But because we're going through this Tower time, now it can be internally, where, nostalgia comes up, hurts, pains come up. We might not be feeling very well, and we might be thinking, wow, it was so much better when. And we idealize the past. That's what the Six of Cups is. It's idealizing the past. And the Six of Cups with this looking back and only seeing the good things, or it's also looking back and also seeing the traumatic things. Like, oh, that person, wasn't on my side, didn't like me, didn't understand me. And so the insecurities of when we're little start to come up when we start to look at the past. So we look at the past and we might be looking at lovely, lovely things. But then because our mind is going back, we might be going back to a time where we were safe and secure and all our loved ones were around us. But as our mind goes back, it also starts to say, well, this person, passed away or walked away or, wasn't able to be there anymore. And this fell apart and we had to move then and things got scary and school got overwhelming. And then all of a sudden, even though we're in our safe space, all around us is the chaos that we have lived and the now that we're running away from. So this is a time where we need to look at the Tower and say, everything has fallen in a real way. Things are not moving the way that I thought they would move. But Humpty Dumpty, and I always think of Humpty Dumpty when I see the Tower, Humpty Dumpty was never stated that he was an egg. And when he fell, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put him back together again. Force and power did not change anything. It would be a healer. It would be a carer that would come in and be able to put the puzzle of the human being that is Humpty back together, or even just the broken egg back together. Force and might won't do it. Retreating to the past won't do it. Understanding this as we move forward is going to be so valuable to us because we're breaking out of past addictions. We're standing in a realm of power. Every good thing has a negative thing that happens during this time, except at our roots. But we can even say the hard work and the dedication and the 10,000 hours that we're putting into something to become an expert. That's a sacrifice. That's not being with our family, not being with our friends, not, enjoying the beautiful sunny day or the crisp autumn day, depending on where you are in the world. And it's saying, I just have to work through. And this is a time where we have to start honoring ourselves. The repeat of the number 7 means that we have to tell the truth. Not that we wouldn't, but when 7 comes in, even if we tell a little tiny fib, people are going to take it out of proportion. And it's going to be intense. So do be mindful of that. Things are changing. Divinity is coming in and saying it needs to change. We're going to want to retreat to our happy place. We just are. It's going to be like, life is too much. I just want to run away. I've had enough. But this is a time where we embrace that healing energy. We embrace our authentic self and say, this is what I need, this is what I want, and this is how I'm moving forward. I'm communicating with me. I'm embracing my throat chakra. Our subconscious chakra message is nurturing. The Earth Star chakra. We are nurturing who we were, who we are, and who we are yet to be. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And that's the Prince of Pentacles. To be so focused on a goal that is all that we see. That's what we have to be mindful of. And letting life happen around us without being a part of it. Our subconscious. Tarot message is the King of Cups. The King of Cups stays in his lane. He embraces himself. Now, if we are born on the cusp with Scorpio, or we have a lot of water sign energy in our chart, this part of our personality is going to be coming out intensely. This is saying to us, embrace the heart, embrace the soul, embrace what we desire, and move it forward. I can only rule myself. That's the only power I have. And so rule wisely and walk in example. And don't let the emotions overpower us during this time, because it will be very easy to do so. All right, Libra, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace and strengthen our connection with Spirit. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra.